Alrighty. What's going on, guys? Welcome. Welcome to another live stream here. How's everyone doing this morning? Steven, Jesus, Pedro, Gabriel, Gio, P-Man, Preston, what's going on? Kevin, how you doing, man? So, which direction you think the market is going? Yeah, Devin, I think what you said is a very good point. Just playing defense today is probably not a bad idea. Wait for some type of move. We'll definitely go over. We're gonna go over what I think for the market today. We're gonna go over some technicals. Very interesting day. I mean, the initial reaction was down, right? We'll go over this a little bit before we jump into it. The initial reaction was down, right? But we were in the chat. If you guys were in the Discord chat, we were sort of under the impression and staying patient for that bounce. That was where I some Minecraft. I took a very nice trade. Yeah, my eyes are red this morning. I'm like stuffed up. Some mornings I get really bad allergies. Some mornings I don't. I don't know why it is. And then when I get the allergies, my eyes turn red and I get all stuffed up. Maybe it is because I was up a little later last night, but I feel fine. But yeah, sometimes you can see it on my face. So I'm still here. I got my Nespresso and we're ready to go. So I was pretty under the impression that we would get a bounce off that initial reaction yesterday on the Nasdaq. I can actually we'll just go into it real quick, just to talk about this point. So here is the Nasdaq, and here was the initial reaction. I mean, if you guys were holding anything to the downside, congratulations, because this thing just got wrecked right at 2 p.m. Just boom, straight down, huge candle, very, very big. I was waiting for this move. So you guys see this green area on my chart? That was a level that I had out already from yesterday's pre-market live stream, actually. So see these previous levels? I had this on my chart, and look at that hold. I mean, that's beautiful. That's why sometimes you need to be putting these levels on your chart so that you know where they are when it falls into it. So I knew this level was here as the market was falling yesterday. And I was waiting patiently for this bounce right here. And we'll talk about it in today's video, but I took a really nice Tesla trade yesterday. Absolutely perfect little flag pattern. This is the trifecta trade right here, and I'll show you why. So I was able to catch some of that action back to the upside. What I feel for today, we'll go into that a little bit more in a second once we get a little bit some more people in here. So let's go ahead and wait a few more minutes, hang out, wait until we get a few more in here, and then we'll get into it. I'm just gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up some Fed information so we can talk through what they said yesterday. I think that's important. It's important to talk through a little bit about what the Fed came out and said yesterday. You want to make sure that you're on top of that. So we can go through the schedule as we wait. So we got a pretty big schedule. I'll try to jump through them so that we can get into what you guys want to look at. I have Square. So some of the ones that you guys said I already have on the schedule. So I have we're going to recap the futures, recap the FOMC, just talk about what they said. I want to show you guys the financials. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about yesterday to look at the financials when this news comes out. We went over that. And if you guys look at the XLF, if you look at any bank, then you will know that the XLF and the banks went straight up instead of straight down yesterday as the FOMC came out. So very interesting move there on the financials. The new PC is in the other room. I have two. So this is my office room, and then over that way is my gaming room. So that's like the gaming PC, the big TV with the beanbag and all this like little chill room. and that room is where I'm going to do like I'm trying to think about what to call it, so help me out. But I'm thinking about calling it like after hours or something interesting, like that sort of correlates to the stock market for the Twitch stream at night. I'm trying to think through the idea of that, so if you have any tips, let me know. Next, Roku flush point. I want to go over this flush point on Roku. I was calling this out in the chat yesterday. I don't know if anyone took it. I don't know if anyone really saw it. If you did, let me know. But I'm going to show you the flush point that I was calling out, and I just as a learning lesson for you guys to sort of see what these flush points sometimes how these stocks react under these important flush points. Yeah, I have my own. I bought this house just to sort of give you an idea of the housing market in Florida. Yeah, this is my Stratton Oakmont t-shirt. Sometimes that means it's a good day. Sometimes that means it might be a bad day, depending on how Stratton Oakmont. So to give you an idea of the housing market where I live in Naples, Florida, I bought this house a year ago for $270,000, and someone just sold one down the street for $420,000. So, I mean, it's nuts. But the problem is, where do you go? So if I was to sell this, let's say I make, I don't know, however much I'd make, you can do the math. But like, what would I do? I would either have to rent, I would have to rent, or have to buy another house that's even more expensive and overpay for another house. So I'm just gonna stay put. I'm not gonna really, the only thing I can do is maybe get a HELOC. I can take a HELOC out. But then, I mean, I don't really want to be buying an investment property right now with the prices that are going on around this area. So I'm just gonna sit on it. I'm gonna just enjoy the equity while I can. And I don't know. Capital gains, I would sell it. If I was to sell it, I'd sell it it's about 6 more months until 2 years. So about a year and a half, not a year. Then I don't have capital gains tax if I've been in it for 2 years, right? So yeah, I don't want to move all this stuff that I've set up. So we're going to sit. But that's just an idea of Southwest Florida real estate market. It's absolutely insane. And the other thing about it is, like, I talked to my real estate agents, and it's just all cash buyers, no finance contingencies, no nothing. They don't even want to inspect the house. They just want to buy it and give me cash, and give you cash. It's just all rich people from New York. I really think that's what it is. It's everyone from Northeast, all the rich guys that just, they see the houses down here and they're half the price. They're half the price of something up there. Like this house in New York would probably be double, just because of, and plus taxes. So they come down to Florida. A house like this is $450K, and they're like, here you go, cash. So it's interesting. It's a pretty crazy real estate market. And the thing that I think keeps it alive is that it's not just like, it wasn't back then when the market crashed. It was just people taking out variable rate mortgages, stuff they can't afford, just paying like interest only mortgages in the front half of the mortgage, right? All this BS that was going on. Anyone was getting a mortgage. Now it's extremely difficult to get a mortgage. Plus, you can't even buy the house if you're not a cash buyer, because it's just, if you, like my friends right now, sorry to go on this rant, but I think it's interesting. What was I going to say? Oh, my friends who are my same age are looking to buy houses. They have 20% down. They have the cash to go. They're pre-approved, ready to buy the house, like a $400,000 house with 20% down, pre-approved, everything done. And they go to put an offer on their house, and some guy comes in 10% over ask with a cash offer, and we'll close like tomorrow, and we'll wire the money. So how do you beat that? As a seller, that's obviously the offer you'd probably take. So difficult to buy a house right now. Very difficult. Great weather. $10:31. Yeah, I just don't even know if I want to move, Joseph. But that's something I could do. But yeah, all right. That's our real estate talk for the day. So, talk about my Tesla trade. Talk about the Nvidia flag that I'm seeing on the 4-hour chart, I believe it is. Shopify is absolutely on fire. We called out this trade. I don't know if you guys remember this. If you come here to the live stream every day, you will remember a breakout of a downtrend on Shopify that I pointed out here in the live stream. So a big move on Shopify. And then I want to show you 2 triple tops on the daily charts on 2 different stocks that I think you should be aware of. So we're going to run through that. Let's go ahead and get started. If you don't beat them, join them. Use the money for Doge. I'm just going to save my... what my plan is right now is to save... Just to talk to you about like my... I don't know. I don't mind talking about my financial goals. I want to save as much cash as I can right now. And wait for some type of slowdown in the housing market. If it happens, I want to have cash. If it ever happens in 4 or 5 years from now, who knows, 3 years, I just want to have a nice stockpile of cash ready to go that I can buy some houses with. Because the people that had the cash ready during the last housing I don't think the housing market is going to crash in Naples, Florida. There's too many people coming here with way too much money. But if we have any type of downturn in this area or any area close to me, I want to have that cash ready and I want to be buying houses. So that's my goal. That's my goal. Thank you, Fritz. Appreciate that. So let me know what you guys think about that goal. I think that's the smart thing to do. I have some money in the market, of course. I have my long-term investments, but I think real estate is honestly... talking to you guys here, real estate is without a doubt the best long-term thing that you could do. I mean, almost every millionaire and billionaire that you guys see online or anywhere, they all own real estate. It's just you have to try to get there. So that is where I'm trying to get. That is where I'm trying to get. So. Let's go ahead and get into this. Andres, full-time trader. I trade. I have some real estate. I have one. And then obviously you guys know. I mean, I'm not gonna BS you. I make money from Discord. I make money from the emails that I send out. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You guys obviously know that. So yeah, I have a few different things. YouTube pays me too. So it's a lot of hard work, so I don't mind talking about it because, I mean, if you guys want to do the same thing, you have every opportunity to. So, and if you need help with any of it, I'm here to help. So, let's go ahead and get into this. NQ. Nasdaq. So, 1 year daily. So, we're looking at the 1 year, the daily chart here. My mouse is... Why is my mouse lagging around here? Uh-oh. I think my mouse batteries are getting almost dead. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my new mouse. One second. Alright, I'm back. Let me plug this in real quick. This mouse has been giving me a lot of problems. So we're going to use the gaming mouse. Here we go. Alright, we're good. And I know what you mean with the real estate work. Yeah, I'm sure. That is broken Fort Myers. Wow, that's awesome. Fort Myers, nice. All right, cool. Let's get into this. Let's not waste any more time. Sorry, guys, for getting into this a little bit late. Let me change one more thing here. Hopefully, you guys don't mind hanging out with me here. I've been trying to, be a little bit more relaxed on the streams. I feel like, sometimes these streams are fun when they're just relaxed. So I'm gonna try to do that today. Sometimes it feels, it's weird sometimes when new live stream. But yeah, this one's corded. It's way better, I think. So here is the Nasdaq, guys. So we hit this big double top here, right? We sort of hit this double top up here around 14.1, right around there, 14.1. Got that rejection, and we are pulling back. Now, where we're pulling back to is very important. So we're sort of right in this range here, right? So we're right, this is the big support area right here around 13.8. But if we sort of move this over, we got that support. And if we go to the 5 minute, we will see that very clear. So we have, where is this previous resistance coming from? Here we go. Okay. So guys, here is the hourly chart on the Nasdaq. Now we were watching this big green one you see here, this long one. That's where we just looked at on the daily chart. So that big 13.8 support, that's right in this choppy area right here. You probably could just sort of draw this as one big one, right? So you can draw this as one big area right here. You have these previous resistance levels, 1 right here and 2 right here. So 2 big resistance levels, and it is turning into support here today. So today's goal, we must hold this area. This is a must hold here on the Nasdaq if we want to see any type of sort of momentum back to the upside. The resistance is going to be very tough to the upside now, though. So if we look at this level right here, around 1400, 1415, that's going to be tough, without a doubt, because you have these previous support levels that are now going to turn into resistance here back to the upside. So we're going to turn this red so that we know intraday, as I am sort of trading. I want to make sure I don't have to look at this intraday. I want to know this already before the day starts. So there I know resistance is up there. If we start moving higher today, bouncing off that big downside move from FOMC, then maybe then we'll see if we can push through this 14,000 to 14,015. To the downside, we must hold these 2 previous resistance levels. If we break through, you're probably going to see some type of flush, potentially down to this 13.7 area. So let's keep an eye on it. It is Thursday, and that means my landscapers are outside, so you're probably going to hear them. Thank you, Yanko. Appreciate that. Jimenez, appreciate it. So that is the Nasdaq, guys, 13,860. Let's watch that level today. One thing, we'll get into the short term. You guys will see we did bounce off of it very hard intraday. So this was intraday, right? So this was the intraday movement. This was the 5 minute yesterday. FOMC, big tank, support right at this level, big push higher, and resistance right at this level. So here is your zone. This is a very clear little zone here between, or a channel here on the Nasdaq, 14 and 13,835. So about a 200 point range here in the Nasdaq. And right now we are just trading sideways in it, and we need to wait to see what happens here. That's really what's most important. So where do I feel that we go today? It doesn't matter what I feel like. It matters about being patient and waiting to see where this market heads. That's all you can do. You can't try to anticipate where this market goes. I think yesterday was a little bit of an overreaction, the first move. 200 points on the Nasdaq isn't much of an overreaction. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's not like a 1,000 point downside move or something crazy like that. But if we go into sort of what the Fed was talking about, here's what the Fed. So this is the one thing that sort of, I think, scared people. They surprised markets after their 2-day meeting with the forecast for 2 rate hikes in 2023, after previously predicting none. So I think that may be a little bit of why we saw this downside move. It also discussed tapering in its bond program as expected, but provided no timeline. So this didn't really. I think this doesn't really matter much. They have been providing no timeline for the last how many times. So that's not much of a change. I think this is the big change that people, or at least the market, was a little bit affected by. The interest rate hikes in 2023 that they are expecting to do. So that may cause some short-term panic. And if you see any panic, I mean, don't panic with the market. Just hold on strong, keep on dollar cost averaging into your stocks. I mean, that's at least what I'm going to be doing. So we'll see what happens. So that's the Nasdaq. Let's get into the Dow. The Dow has been very, very weak and continues to be very weak. This downtrend we were watching yesterday, and that downtrend is certainly continuing. Now, one thing that I will note, when you see a downtrend like that and you see such a big deviation from the downtrend, like right here, you guys can see this big deviation from the downtrend. Sometimes these stocks will want to, or at least the markets, will want to come back into this downtrend and maybe continue on this downtrend. So now that we got this big fall yesterday on the news, we might actually have a little bit of upside as just a relief bounce here on the Dow. Every single time that the Dow got a little bit overextended here on the bottom of this channel, right? So you have a little bit of a bottom on this channel here, something like this, right? So a little bit of the bottom there of this channel. So will we bounce off the bottom of this channel and try to hit the top of this downtrend? It's possible. I would definitely be watching that to see if that is what we start to see with the price action on the Dow. But of course, the Dow is down 0.3, down 100 points here in the morning. Definitely possible to see more downside. But I think you may try to find some relief bounces here today on the market just because of how big that red was on the Dow. So we have that downtrend that I would be watching. You also have these previous lows here, which is exactly where the Dow bounced. I mean, it's almost to the dollar amount. So right here, you guys can see some previous lows here on the Dow, and you have this, you have this support here right around 33,700. So this is a pretty important level. I'm not gonna lie, 33,700. This is back in April. This is April 14th. So this is about 2 months of price action right here. If you break through that, you're starting to head down into some previous lower levels here. I mean, this is you got a big move higher here. Really not much structure points until maybe these lows here of around 33.2. You have some structure back here around 33,000. So this would be a very nice hold here on the Dow. And if we could push back higher at this point, that would be very beautiful. You have a lot of support here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe another support bounce right here on the Dow, depending on how this market reacts to this news from the Fed. So there's the Dow. This is a very important support line that I would be watching, 33,700. ES. So ES, big sell-off from all-time highs here. You guys, we talked about this. We've talked about this top 42.40, previous resistance. We fell back under it, and we got that big news from FOMC. So that was your birthday? Oh, very nice. So here is, the short-term support that I want to be watching. Now, the reason I say that is you have previous resistance right here. You have some previous resistance right here. And you turn that into support. 1, 2, and now potentially 3. So can the S&P bounce off this level once again? 42. It's about 4,200, right around 4,180. So this is a little bit of a triple bottom on the SPY. I want to see a bounce back up into these highs. It's going to depend on what the market does, of course. Like I'm going to continue to say that because we can do this technical analysis all day and all night. But if there's some fundamental news like yesterday, it just breaks through levels. Like we could have said, this was nice support on the SPY right here, right? This looks like pretty nice support on the SPY. If you're just looking at technicals, you have previous resistance turning into support. I would have loved to see that hold. But, with news like FOMC, like Fed news, it goes right through it. That kind of news will tear apart technical analysis levels. And that's why on these days following the news from the Fed, you have to be a little bit more careful and be a little bit more defensive with these levels that we're watching. So, sure, this looks like a great support area on the S&P. But, if the market wants to fall more on that news from yesterday, it's definitely going to. It's not going to respect these levels as much as it would on just a normal trading day without any type of outside influence. So just make sure you remember that as you approach these days moving forward. So there's the futures. Some pretty clear support levels, some pretty clear resistance levels. let's continue to watch. We got that big fall yesterday. I would love to see some type of relief today, a relief bounce. It doesn't mean that we're going to continue to all-time highs, but maybe we get some type of relief bounce, maybe on the SPY, back up here to 42.15. On the Dow, you have a little bit of upside as well after this big fall, potentially some upside here after this big red candle. But all of these are at really crucial support levels. Dow's at 33.7, S&P's at 41.8. The Nasdaq is right here at 13,835. So some really important support levels. We need to see if those will hold today. So that's futures. We sort of went over the FOMC already, what they plan on doing. I want to show you the XLF real quick. XLF, we're just going to look at the 5-minute. I'll just show you the reaction real quick. So there it is. There's the XLF. This is the financials ETF. And you guys can see here is 2 o'clock. Boom, straight up instead of boom, straight down. So big move higher on the banks. If we go to JP Morgan, see that. Citi, not that much on Citi, but there's a pop on Citi also. Yeah, I think we do have job numbers today. Economic calendar. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so initial jobless claims at 8:30. Let me know if you guys see anything moving. I'm sure something's going to move. But so just one thing to keep in mind, watch the banks today, see if they continue off this move. All of them spiked up after the Fed news came out, so I'm definitely want to watch those today. Let's go into my Tesla trade real quick. I'll show you real quick what I was trading. This entire trade was called out live in my Discord chat. So if anyone's here in the chat, from the Discord chat, let me know if you enjoyed that. That was that was a fun trade. Very nice trade. And I'm happy that you guys were there you guys were there to hear it. So let's move this to the 9 because that's what I use on an intraday. So the 9 EMA is the blue line. Now, what I was watching was this $600 level on Tesla. This is the white line. We started grinding higher above 600 on this 9 EMA. You guys see these consecutive green candles right here? Every single candle was a higher low, moving higher on this 9 EMA. We got this breakout. I did not get in on this breakout. What did I wait for? I waited for a break and a retest of this previous resistance. So we got a break. We got a retest. I got in on these candles right here. Retest of this previous resistance. Held it. Waited to see if it would hold the 9 EMA. Stayed patient. Didn't just run out of it the second it didn't move on me. So got in, consolidated, held this previous retest zone, held the 9 EMA, beautiful bull flag, and then look at this breakout. Held this thing all the way up to, I think, around here. I think we almost top ticked this one. So an awesome trade. Very happy with it. This is the trifecta trade right here. It's a 9 EMA hold, a break and retest, and a bull flag. That's my coined phrase, the trifecta trade. It works a lot. Happy you guys were able to catch that live with me. But that was my Tesla trade. I'll probably recap it in a video here coming up soon. So really nice on that. NVIDIA. My package has arrived. I guess there's a package on the way for me. NVIDIA. So, you guys remember this bull flag that we called out, right? Let me change this back to the 20, 50, and 100. So, you got in on the 1 minute? Yes, I did. So, this was a bull flag that we called out on NVIDIA. You guys saw that. And, actually, you know what? This is what it looked like here. So here's NVIDIA. Remember this bull flag here? So this was the bull flag that we were sort of looking at in the chat. And that was this breakout right here. Now, we're starting to get almost the exact same move here. So you have a little bit of a flag pattern that's forming right now. I don't know if it's going to be as strong as this one, but one thing that I'll tell you is we have previous resistance that is potentially turning into support here on NVIDIA at around 705. If we can hold this 705 previous resistance turning into support and break out of this bull flag, this is going to be another great trade. So make sure to watch NVIDIA today. if tech has any strength today, I think Nvidia can break out of this downtrend, this little bull flag, and see if you can get that trade going. So that's what I would watch on Nvidia today for that bull flag. Next, Shopify. So Shopify has been nuts. It's just been nuts. So let me find where I saw this. I think it was on the 20-day. No, it was must have been on the 4-hour. Yeah. So here's the 4-hour. What we were watching here on Shopify, I don't know if you guys remember this, but we were watching this downtrend, and we were watching how Shopify broke this downtrend and held it as support to the upside. So instead of falling back under this downtrend, which it did temporarily, it sort of found support here on the upside of the downtrend. So if I zoom in here, you guys will see how we broke this downtrend break, we retested it, and we held the top of the downtrend, turning it into support. That is extremely bullish. And look at what happened after that. I mean, it's just an explosion. A huge move on Shopify, absolutely gorgeous. And we actually just filled this gap that we were sort of looking at. So I would be interested to see, does Shopify sell off from this gap, or does it hold up? Because we have a gap on the daily chart on the 4-hour right here. So here's the daily chart. You might be able to see this a little better. So here's the daily chart on Shopify, and this is the nice support hold that I'm talking about. So look at this hold here on this trend line, right around this area. Beautiful hold, and then a nice bounce off of it, and we sort of closed this. Oops, sorry about that. We closed this daily chart gap right here on Nvidia. I'm sorry, not Nvidia, on Shopify. So do we sort of fall today after closing this gap? I think it's worth watching. Jobless claims, what are they looking like? How we moving? Not much of a reaction. So first time claims unemployment was expected to total, so they had more jobless claims, huh? That is a good thing for the market. The market should take that as a positive because it means you're further away from the economy coming back, and you're further away from them increasing interest rates, further away from all the bad things that it's all ass backwards right now, man. Bad jobless claims sometimes is a good reaction for the market. So I mean, let's see. Right now, you are getting a move higher on the Nasdaq. It's not much. I don't know if this is really going to be much after yesterday. Yesterday's news is way more crucial than jobless claims. But this is another good indicator of how the economy is sort of flowing. But it looks like a lot more claims of people being jobless than expected. So we're getting an initial move higher here on the Nasdaq over the last few minutes, but this is really nothing. This is just a little bounce. So let's see what happens. But back to Shopify. Nice bounce, guys. Beautiful off the uptrend. And now we just need to see, can we hold these previous support levels, right? So right around here at 1360 is where I'd be watching over the next few days. 1360, can we hold up? If not, we have these previous levels right here as support in the short term. So right here around 1340. So that's Shopify. Let's go ahead and see if that thing can continue. So I got one more before I get into it. I'd love if you could press that like button, guys. I would really appreciate that. Looks like we got another 300 people in here. That's awesome. I guess the next goal is 400 now. So if you're enjoying the streams, let me know by pressing that like button. I'd really appreciate it. You can let other people know about the chat, about the stream. That would be awesome. So triple top is Snap and PayPal. So Snap and PayPal are two that you need to watch. These are some big triple tops. This one's actually probably like a quadruple top. But here was Snap. We were watching Snap last, I think, was it Monday? We had this one on the live streams. But Snap came right into this resistance once again. Really not much that I have to say here. This is just rock solid resistance here on Snap around 63, 64, 65. So be careful of that level. That's one for the triple top. And PayPal, Here's the next one. Extremely tough level here. 1, 2, 3, 4, quadruple top, honestly, at this 275. So Snap and PayPal look very difficult at these levels. So let's see what happens. Just make sure you know about these resistance levels if you are trading these two stocks. So that is all that I have. I have LEN, CAT, JD, Amazon, Square, and Apple. And that's a pretty good list. That's 6 of them. Honestly, that's probably all I'm going to get to. So let's go ahead and jump into those. So LEN. If you hit the like button twice, you unlike it. You can't do that. You got to make sure it's still blue. So here's LEN. Lennar. Yeah, my house is actually Lennar. The house I'm living in is built by Lennar. So yeah, Lennar. It's an interesting fall, right? I mean, I see this uptrend. That's the first thing I notice here. You have a little bit of an uptrend here on Lennar. I'd be interested to see if that thing holds. We actually have this downtrend too. Let me see if this is a... Yeah, that's a pretty sharp downtrend. I don't know how much I'd trust that. But, you know, it's there on the daily. You can see we've been sort of making these lower lows and lower highs right here. So we have this downtrend right here. You have this uptrend right here, sort of wedging in this formation. Nothing much. You have these previous support levels right here that could hold here with confluence with this uptrend. So you see that? See right here? You see these previous highs right here, right? If those previous highs hold up, if this is just a little bit of a double bottom for another bounce higher, you have that previous structure point in the market at 92, and you have this uptrend, and they are meeting together right here at this point. So what I would do on Lennar, the type of trade that I would make if you're looking for the upside, you have to wait until it breaks out of this little structure point. So look at this. So you see this? This is the 30-minute, right? And so the only way that I would get into a trade like this is if it breaks these highs. It has to break these highs for me to be bullish, because if it can break these highs, then I know that it can get out of this little chop. Because right now on the daily chart, all you see is a bunch of chop here, right? So these last 4 days have just been consolidation to the sideways consolidation. So why get in here? Because what makes you think that this, if you're bullish, what makes you think this can't just dip down? If you're bearish, what makes you think this can't just go up? It's very difficult to trade here. What you want to wait for is a breakout of this consolidation and try to make a higher high. So a higher high would be put in if it was able to break out of this little consolidation zone that you're seeing here on Lennar. So that's what I would be waiting for. A break out of about 93.50, 94, and then maybe a retest, right? And then you can get your move higher and sort of form that bottom. You need some type of confirmation of a bottom. You can't just get into these stocks here. There's absolutely no edge here. This is just, this what you'd be guessing. If you were buying Lennar here, you'd be guessing. So wait for some type of bullish confirmation. I do like that you have this uptrend that is sort of meeting right here with this previous point in the market, which is right around 91.50. So let's see. I'd be interested to see if that can hold right there and hold this previous level, hold this uptrend, and break out of this 94 level, and then we can start to move higher here. So let's see. Let's see if Lennar can do that. Next, CAT. CAT has been crushed, man. CAT, I don't know what the hell's going on with CAT. I've never seen a drop like this in CAT. I mean, we can go back to this is the weekly chart. Let's go a little further back. Let's go 10 years. Here's 10 years on CAT. No, this is a little bit less. This is 16. This is 2016. So these candles right here, actually this probably rivals it right around here, around March 2020. That's the virus right here. So that's this fall right here on CAT is 12% to the downside. What is this? This is a lot more. That's the COVID crash, so you have to expect that. 19, 17. So very, very rarely does CAT have these big falls. Now, one thing that you probably could keep in mind is look how big this run-up has been. So this fall is a little bit more warranted after seeing this massive move to the upside. I mean, the last time CAT had a massive move, look what it did for, Caterpillar. For 2018 to 2020, for 2 years, Caterpillar went down like that. That's not that fun. That is not fun for investors, right? So this is a little concerning, guys, in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be touching CAT here. I would not be touching CAT here. There's absolutely no confirmation to the upside. Nothing showing me that there is any type of buyer stepping in. You do have some support levels back here, but this trend has been pretty straight up. So not a lot of consolidation, like strong structure points to sort of go off of, and this has been a pretty bad fall. So if you're bullish on CAT and you're trying to find somewhere to buy it, I would definitely wait for some type of upside confirmation. We did sort of look at this level. I don't know if this was yesterday or if this was in my Discord. I forgot where I sent this, but we did look at this 215 level and see if that could hold. Now, if this can hold and maybe you can get some type of bullish move off this level, then you could sort of say that there could be a short-term bottom here at 215, 216. But if you sort of go out to the longer-term time frames, this thing looks like it is not done yet, at least in my opinion. And I don't like catching falling knives. So you do have that support here. You do have it from back all the way in March and February. So let's see. Does this hold right here on CAT? This 216, 215? If it does, let's see if we can bounce off of it. That's what I would be looking for. JD, yeah. So this is here's ARK ETF's purchases yesterday. If anyone's interested, that's a little small. So JD, they bought 37,000 shares. Sold, I don't know what that company's, TCS Group, Sear, not sure. Novartis, PSTI, SRPT. I'm trying to just ones that I've seen and are very familiar with. A lot of these companies I'm not very familiar with. Nvidia, they sold. Roblox, they bought. So they bought more Roblox yesterday after that big fall, I guess. So right here, bought Roblox, 134,000 shares. And yeah, so Roblox and Nvidia are the two that stand out, and then JD, the one we're about to look at. The rest of them, don't blame me. I don't know these companies very well. Tencent, I know Tencent. So they sold Tencent twice here in both their ETFs. So here's JD. Here is JD. So we go out to the daily. Let's go ahead and see what do we got going on here. So you have this previous. Where are we finding support? Are you certified master technician? No, I did not. I just, I like looking at charts, and I do it a lot. So, I'm not. It's not just about coming home from work and looking at it for 30 minutes, guys. I mean, I'm here for 6 hours a day, so it's a lot. So here is a little. Here's a push, a retest, bounce retest, right on JD on JD right here, around $72, $73 a share. So this is a crucial level. You can see what happened at last time we hit this level. Big bounce. I mean, continuously bounced. Now we have pulled back this entire move, and we're right back where we started at $71, $72 a share. So this is a very important hold. We have a higher low, which I'm actually seeing right here. So can this higher low hold right here? You guys see that? Boom, boom. This is the main trend that you want to see hold, right? You want to see this nice trend start bouncing off this level. So what you want to see is this. That's sort of that's a very simple and easy way to put it, but that's the uptrend that you want to see hold here on JD at this point right now. Can we go out further, or is that let's go out like 3 years. Okay, here we go. So JD, big move higher. You are also finding some support right at these levels. Interesting. So this is an important level as well. You can see right here, we have these previous highs, 1, 2, and we are bouncing off of it. So right here, right? So 1, 2, and what happened when we hit it? Boom, support. So nice support there on JD. So you want to hold this 66. This is last, the last stand here at 66, or we're probably going to get a move back down to these 50s. So if you can hold this 66, hold this higher low, continue to hold this uptrend, break through this 71, 72 area. You also have the 20-day that's acting as resistance right here. So look at this. So you have 20-day moving average, 50-day moving average, and 100-day moving average above. So we need to hold this uptrend, and we need to break above these moving averages and continue to make higher lows. That's what I'd be looking at on JD, and these two very important support levels right there. All right, Amazon, last one, guys. 8:45. I gotta get in the Discord chat. If you want to follow me there, there's a link down below. There's a coupon code that expires tomorrow. It's 30% off your first 3 months. The regular price of the Discord chat is literally $1 a day. So if you can't, if you want to be somewhere, if you want to try to learn, you can give. If you like me, if you like to be with other traders, and you like some of the analysis we do here, you can come check us out. It's $1 a day. You cancel at any time. If you don't like it, we trade live. I'm there every day. So feel free to check that out. You can use the coupon code down below as well. So I know I end this at 8:45, but after this, I go straight to the chat and I try to help out there as well. So, if you want to join, check it out. The link is down in the description below. So Amazon. So Amazon has been very strong lately. Very strong with the even without the Nasdaq. Now, what I'd be watching is this 3,400 level. We were able to break above it yesterday, but we did fall under it intraday. So we had a big move, pulled back. FOMC came out, and then this monster, this insane rally at end of day. It was basically a V-shaped recovery here, end of day. So here is 1360 lows of the day, and this is the next 15 minutes, a little bit more than 15 minutes, just straight up back above 3,400. So my goal today on Amazon, can we hold 3,400? Can we hold 3,400? That is what you guys should be looking at. If we can't hold 3,400 and the Nasdaq is weak, Amazon has the potential to just bleed out. Amazon likes to do that sometimes. It just likes to bleed out all day. If it holds 3,400, then maybe we can see a nice little push here. But one thing, no, it's not just I don't even like calling out trades in my Discord. I don't even believe in it. But I do call out, when I get into trades. But, it's really not about why. It's not about call outs. If you're there for that, then you're probably going to leave because you're not going to like it. So just to let you know, I'm just being transparent with you guys. If you want to join my Discord for call outs, you're not going to like it. So here is 3,400. Boom, boom, boom. About a quadruple top. That's 5. What do you call a 5? What is that? What is that? Synquip? Well, I don't even know. What is 5? I know it's like sin something. Synquent? I don't know. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times at 3,400. You need to watch this level today. If we cannot break 3,400 today, you're going to see a little bit of struggle here. So watch how the price action looks at 3,400 today. If we can hold above it, maybe a little retest of 34 and then a bounce higher, then I'm very bullish. If you can see we're retesting 34, if we can bounce off of it, then I'm very, very bullish. Penta, Cinco, I know Cinco. Quintuple, JJ. I know I can always count on you, JJ. It's quintuple. That's what it is. So a quintuple top, a Cinco top, right here at Amazon. So that's Amazon. That's the morning live stream. Penta top, yeah, sure, whatever. We'll call it a bunch of things. The Cinco, Penta, quintuple top, whatever you guys want to call it. Just know there's goddamn resistance there, right? That's all you need to know. Awesome, guys. So thank you again. Before you head out, let's get to 200 likes. We're at 177. At least that's what I see here. So if you could help me out, you don't know how to get in the... I'll show you. For everyone, everyone asked me this. I get this question about 1,000 times a day. If you're in the Discord chat, you scroll down here to the channels and you press right here. See this? It says live trading. You just go down here and you press here. Now, if you have problems and you can't hear me, you go here, you press this user settings, and you go to voice and video, and you make sure that your input and output is correct. So make sure your output is, where you want to hear me talk from. So make sure that's where it is. Live trading, check your output settings. Hopefully that helps anyone that's having problems that may be in the Discord chat. Thanks, Francis. I appreciate that. All right, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. It's 8:50. I probably have to start making these an hour long, so I'm basically running out of time every single time. But I do like doing it, and I want to... Do I trade for a living, Yash? Yes, I do. I trade for a living. Yes, I sure do. But I have other streams of income also. What car do I drive? Follow me on Instagram. You'll see what car I drive. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the market. Focus on risk management. Focus on, not losing your shirt today. There's going to be some volatility from yesterday, so please be careful. Don't overextend yourself on a day like today after a Fed meeting. Let's see what the market does. Let's react to it. Let's not try to anticipate these moves. Let's try to react. That's at least what I like to do. I like to react. I do not like to anticipate. Some people say it the other way around. But I am a believer of reacting to what I see and not in trying to anticipate. What toothbrush do I use? That's great. Preston, have a great day, man. If you need anything, let me know. Reach out to me. So I will see you guys later. Thanks again. Press that like button. And what else? That's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Press the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Adios.